Senator Mike Brauns joins me right now from Indiana, candidate for governor in Indiana as well. He was just at the border. He was saying to me, Tony, I had to get up early and go to bed late yesterday, which is, it's how Americans do it, sir. That's the way that works. You were just there. First of all, which sector were you in? And talk to me about what you saw.
So I was in Maverick County, Eagle Pass. 28,000 people live in Eagle Pass. And so you understand the border. You got the Rio Grande area, the Del Rio area, and Texas is the only place actually pushing back. Governor Abbott's done a heck of a job. That's a long border stretch from the Gulf over to El Paso. And now, percentage-wise, more crossings are occurring, and I didn't know that until yesterday, in New Mexico, Arizona, and California, because legislatures and governors are basically lined up with our fearless leader, Biden. It is pure triage, no enforcement, and it's all due to the Biden administration saying, no borders, we don't mind it, we think it's going to benefit us politically.
There's plenty of blame to go around. Let's start with Joe Biden. Of course, there was a move from the House of Representatives to impeach the Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas. That failed. You had a series of Republicans, which I have jokingly had them referred to as the Placate Eight, I believe is what has been said, say they're not going to do this. Ken Buck of Colorado and some others among them. Is this something that you would have favored, the impeachment of Mayorkas, as a way of stating that it is indeed the Biden administration that has to take the top line blame here of what we're seeing?
Either resign or be impeached. It's a dereliction of duty. And for Ken and the other seven, the Placate Eight, they're then agreeing with, condoning what Biden and all Democrats are interested in doing. And it begs the question, you mentioned it earlier, why isn't Congress doing anything? Well, you got the eight there that would not make it doable, maybe on any type of border security. If they're leaning that direction to where they think Mayorkas is okay, that means they're probably not going to be part of that few that you could, you can't lose many to have it pass in the House. And I can tell you there's not one Democrat on the Senate side, maybe other than a Joe Manchin, that would be interested in doing it. You need 60 senators. So therefore, Congress can't do anything. That gives Biden free rein to not enforce anything, to condone what the current situation is. That's the pickle we're in. Hopefully that gets litigated next November.
I don't disagree that Biden is the issue, but we can clearly see that as a matter of sheer politics, the left and the right have failed on the border and have failed on the border for years. So is the problem the Republicans and an unwillingness to bring a strategy? Or is the problem the Democrats and an unwillingness to care about what happens at the border because the issue is better than a solving of the issue?
The problem probably I'm not sure when it would be, definitely pre-Biden. You had Democrats that were interested in border security just to protect wages. And somewhere prior to the Biden administration, I don't think that was all cooked up just when he got elected, things changed in terms of the political calculation. And that was due to the fact that the border issue was just of normal complication. How do you do things for folks already here? What do you do with work visas? Those were practical things that were done, not done simply because of the malaise of this place. Now it's gotten more complicated because we can't get to 60 senators. And that's because the calculation has changed. There's almost every Republican in the Senate, other than the few in the House that you mentioned, that may be siding with Democrats to where we'd be for it. Then you run into 60 senators. You could have gotten 60 senators 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago together. You had groups working on it, but never did they think it would catapult to, cascade towards, where one side was purely for open borders. So now it's more untenable than what it was with the normal malaise we had, to where they just couldn't get together because it was a tricky issue.
The idea that the Democratic Party is fine with open borders, is that political talk? Meaning, is that the position of the party, or is that the position of the progressives who seem to have other Democrats scared? Because I don't mean to interrupt to answer my own question. Henry Cuellar, Democrat, who's in those border towns, he's been strong as hell about the border. So I'm asking for a better definition, sir.
So one of 200 and some, I don't hear anybody else other than him. He's in the place where all the action is. So he's obviously hearing that from his constituents. No, I think it goes deep through the party now. Otherwise, speak up. When I say one senator, I think that would buck what Biden wants to do. Pelosi never, when she had the gavel, was talking about doing something that would be other than the policies that have been in place since Biden has been president. They've coalesced around that. So they're going to wear that albatross around their neck, and they're going to have to deal with it politically. And I think that with a weakening economy, a sugar high one that we've had over the last 2.5 years, that's given us inflation, huge debt, those are going to be big issues that they can't run away from. We need to be faster footed and articulate them better.